KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP. And today I'm going to show you how I make my Coca Cola pulled pork. Yes, that's right, Coca Cola pulled pork. Great little dish and nice and budget as well. Let's get on with it. So here I've got around about a 2.2 kilo shoulder of pork, and I've just bought that from the supermarket. I'm just going to remove as much of the skin and excess fat as I possibly can. Just use a nice sharp filleting knife, be nice and careful. I have actually stopped this halfway through filming because I was almost cutting myself. My MS was really playing up on this particular day, and I just had to really slow down and get closer to this piece of meat. This is a nice inexpensive cut, well worth buying. Alright, I've got an onion, just peeled, cut it in half, put that straight in. I've got a carrot, haven't even bothered peeling that. I'm just going to cut that up to a few chunks. It's going to add a nice little bit of sweetness to this, as if this is not going to be sweet enough. Put your pork straight into your slow cooker. Now let's get some flavors happening. Good heavy dose of salt. Pork really needs salt to come alive. Freshly ground black pepper. Give that around about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons worth. I'll leave that up to you as to how you want it. I'm using a little bit of barbecue sauce here. This one was actually out of date, so I thought, hey, if I'm going to cook this for that long, who cares? Put around about half a cup of that over. And I'm going to use around about a litre of Coca Cola straight in. This is an amazing product. It goes nice and sweet, but it also helps break down all that fat content and all that fibrous tissue. A little bit of fennel seed that goes straight in, works perfectly. And to cut through all that sweetness, a good dash of apple cider vinegar. Put the lid on, turn it on, and walk away for a little bit. I'm going to leave this cooking for around about 7 to 8 hours. Come back, check it every now and then, and around about the sort of 4-hour mark, I'm going to attempt to turn this thing over. And as you can see, my hands are really struggling to do their job. Again, another thing with my MS. Alright, so try and get that turned over, and all that flavour of that little liquid that we've got everything sitting in, it's going to soak into the meat, and it's also going to make an amazing sauce, believe it or not. So once we've got that flipped over, I'm going to put that lid back on, just like that, and let it continue cooking away. You can even cook it half one day, half the next. Again, come in, check it, and look at that. Oh, this is falling apart. We're getting real close to being able to take this out of all that beautiful liquid. As you can see, I've only got that sitting on low, and we've already got a nice bit of bubblage. Look how dark that sauce has got. So when we're cooked around about the 8-hour mark, we're going to take all this pork out, and I'm just going to put that straight into a serving dish. It's got a lid on it, so it will keep a little bit of temperature to it, and it will also help us flake up all this beautiful pork. Just get 2 forks, and look how easy this is fluffing and pulling apart. Absolutely amazing. Now, a 2.2 kilo shoulder, that will feed a family for at least 3 nights or 3 meals. You can make sandwiches, you can make pies, you can just have it on a burrito. It doesn't really matter. And this actually lasted the 2 of us. There's only 2 of us in the house. It lasted us around about 4 days until we got absolutely sick of eating pulled pork. Alright, strainer over a bowl, just like that. I'm going to put some kitchen paper towel down, and I'm going to get a kitchen cloth, a chucks as we know them here in Australia. This is a perfect straining method for getting a really nice clear stock, and also for getting rid of any debris and excess oil in any sort of liquid like we have here. The pork's going to give off fat. We don't want that. We want to just have the actual liquid itself. So just put that straight through, let it sit, let it strain, and it does strain a lot easier when it's hot or warm than it does when it's cold. So just fill that up, walk away, come back and check it. Right, I've got a little skillet here. I'm just going to put that on my hot plate. I'm just going to add in some of this sauce, and all the liquid and reduce it down, and this is going to make an amazing little barbecue sauce, so we can make a nice little pulled pork sandwich or pulled pork roll. So just do that, reduce it right down. Now I actually fell asleep. The wife has really reduced this down into an incredibly rich sauce, a little bit too rich for my liking. So a glug of white wine. I'm going to heat this back up, stir that white wine through, and before you know it, we are going to end up with an amazing sauce. A little bit of onion can go in as well, it's a bit of extra flavour. So just stir that through, and before you know it, you're going to have this great little barbecue sauce for your pulled pork. Doesn't take very long at all, and once you start getting to that half reduced mark, you really need to keep an eye on it. Unfortunately, as I said, I'd fallen asleep, wasn't feeling the best. I'm going to cut that with a little bit of just room temperature water straight out of the kettle, heat that up, and you can still see it's got a nice amount of viscosity to it. I'm going to add our bits of pork in straight out of that serving dish, put that straight into the sauce like that, give it a bit of a stir, and you're almost ready to start making your pulled pork sandwiches. Okay, it's not going to take very long at all. Just make sure you rehydrate that meat. It is still juicy, but we want to get that sauce all the way through all of that meat. Okay, and if you haven't had pulled pork before, you don't know what you're missing. If you haven't cooked with Coca Cola before, you don't know what you're missing. It is a fantastic ingredient. Right, toasted bread roll. We've just sliced that in half and put that under the salamander, give it a little bit of toastage, and all you need to do is put the pulled pork straight onto that, add a little bit of beetroot if you like it, and a couple of pickles, and you're almost done. Don't forget, get that pork all over the bench just like I have done, otherwise you are not doing it right. So on goes our pickles. I'm going to serve this up with a very, very simple lettuce salad and some fries. Right, so there's our nice little sandwich, a little bit of lettuce, like that. I'm getting hungry again narrating this, believe it or not. Some nice little crinkle fries, my absolute favourite. Alright, I'd like to see you try and make this one at home. It is so easy and so budget. Thank you so much for watching this video, I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button, gives me confidence, should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell to be notified every time a new video goes up. Hey, leave a comment, I love reading them, I love responding to them. Hit that notifications bell, be notified every time a new video goes up, if I haven't already said that. In the meantime, I will catch you next time.